Hello, YouTube. My name is Natalie, and welcome to my official quarter life crisis. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I am an artist and I post art related content related to my work, tips and tricks on how to improve your artwork, and sometimes just general things about my life. And in today's video, I am going to tell you about how I have decided to follow my dreams and why I think you should too. To start things out, let's go ahead and talk about how we got to this point in the first place. So, like many others that just exited college and got their 4-year degree, I have found that the job market has been less than desirable for my profession. I have a 4-year degree in interior design, and in typical artist fashion, I chose to go into interior design because it was seen as a safer career option that aligned with my passions. I am passionate about interior design, but I'm also passionate about art, sculpting, painting, those kinds of skills. The issue I have encountered, like many other blossoming professionals, is that entry level jobs, especially in my profession that attain to what I want to do, just generally are not existing right now. So while I continue to apply to jobs and network and meet people and try to find my next interior design opportunity, I have decided to follow my dreams and I want to share that with you guys. I also want to talk about some things that make following your dreams difficult and what we can do to overcome them. The first thing I want to talk about is imposter syndrome because all of us have experienced it and it's not going anywhere. I'm an artist, I am a painter and a sculptor, and I experience imposter syndrome every day of my life. Anytime I say I'm an artist, it feels like I'm lying. I paint, I sculpt, I draw, I even want to sell my art, and yet I still don't feel like I'm an artist. It's crazy that you can be everything that you would describe an artist as and still feel crazy for saying that you are one. And as many of us know, and with my limited research on the subject, basically the only thing that can help with this is to just fake it until you make it. And also radically accept yourself as you are and accept that you are what you want to be. Another factor that when you're following your dreams you have to overcome in your mind is the fear of worrying about what other people are thinking about what you're doing. In my personal experience, it can feel embarrassing to be perceived like you're putting effort into something that is either a long shot or seen as a waste of time. When contemplating this feeling and reading up on some of other people's experiences with this feeling of being under a microscope, I have come to realize two things. Those who judge others for following their passions and dreams are often too afraid to follow their dreams themselves, especially creative dreams. Many people don't follow their dreams because they are afraid to fail, and they are also afraid of others seeing that failure. So in response to this, basically what happens is a lot of people will just stay in their comfort zone as much as possible. And the issue with staying in your comfort zone as much as possible is your comfort zone is a lateral space, as in it is smooth and even and it just goes side to side. There is no up and down. The comfort zone is comfortable because you cannot fail. You don't feel like you can fail. You don't take chances that increase the chance that you could fail. But the issue with not being able to fail is you also cannot succeed if you're not willing to take risks in things you've never done before. Something I'll try to remember as I progress on this journey and experience failure, which I will, because that's inevitable, is that most of the time things are not hard, they are just new. Anything that is a new challenge or a new activity that you're not accustomed to is going to feel difficult. But it is worth the growth if you do not give up. Many people will not try to follow their dreams because they don't see a point in trying. Those who believe that there's no point in trying don't have a lot of agency. And what agency is agency is the sensation that you have control over what happens in your life and that you also have an impact on things around you and that what you do will make a difference. I recently watched a TED Talk, which I will link in the description below, that covers some of this topic. In this TED Talk, the speaker brilliantly explains how creating art is a radical expression of yourself, and it is a radical thing to do in a world that feels like it's always telling you that it's not important. Something that comes to my mind when I think about being creative and why it matters, and also why you should follow your dreams, is no one that I look up to didn't follow their dreams. No one that I look up to stayed in their comfort zone. Anyone that I look up to took those chances and created those things that I love to see every day. How I motivate myself with that information is I think that even if I can create something or do something that inspires someone else to make moves to better themselves or improve a skill or follow their dreams, what I did mattered. But now that we've gotten through the motivational part of this video, I'm going to talk about what I'm actually going to do to move toward my dream and start my journey toward becoming an artist. A key to making a plan for success is making sure that it is challenging enough for you to grow, but realistic enough that you can succeed. So I have put together for myself a realistic bucket list, which is a set of goals I have basically for the rest of the year. But as I tick off these goals, I'm just going to add more. So it's just going to be a never ending list of growth, basically. Here are my current goals for my art practice and business. Goal number 1, sell an original piece to a non family member. Goal number 2, achieve 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Goal number 3 is buy a tent. That's important later, trust me. 4 is make a tablecloth for a table that's going to go under that tent. 5 is make a sign for inside that tent. 6 is make 50 pieces of art before the end of this year. And 7 is attend an art market as a vendor. As I mentioned before, as I achieve these goals, I'm going to tick them off and quickly replace them so that I can continue to foster growth within myself and my goals. Sometimes life sends you a wave of discomfort when it is time for you to move on to something else because what you're currently doing is not serving you anymore. And you have to believe in yourself to be able to make that move. And often digging your heels in and refusing to go will just make it worse. Art is an incredibly important and powerful part of our society and culture, and it is extremely beneficial to our everyday lives. If you liked my little inspirational video and liked hearing about my goals, please go ahead and subscribe and like this video, and I will be back probably next week with a new one. Goodbye!